Idleness looms. We all know it. One never knows what awaits them. Everyone knows that everything happens for a reason. But who knows if the reason is in our favor or not? Even if things don't make sense today, hold on to hope that they will in the future. A couple adopts a Chinese baby girl. Life was routine until she heard their antique clock ticking. What occurs after the small child hears the ancient clock sound is incredible. Everyone had the same thought. Is something like this even possible? Keep watching to discover what the clock sound was and its implications. She was adopted, a happy and healthy little girl. Thanks to her adoptive parents. She was found in a days-old paper package at a train station. Then she discovered a clock in a shoebox at her new parents' house. Something weird to the globe. Let's start at the beginning and see what happened. Chuck and Kim Walker are longtime friends. Their friendship grew into something more pure and joyful. It started with church visits and Sunday prayer meetings, but these informal contacts represented a crucial beginning in Chuck and Kim's life. One day, Chuck mustered all his bravery and confessed his affections for Kim. Kim, like every other female, was astonished she wasn't expecting this. Kim also knew Chuck was more than a friend but never admitted it. Now that Chuck was on his knees, Kim had the perfect moment to express her feelings. Kim said yes to Chuck's offer. She too confessed her love. So now what? They married in front of family, friends, and relations. There were no surprises. The much-in-love Pales were now married. Their joking buddies dubbed them the Walkers. Kim and Chuck were having fun as newlyweds. It was all exciting to them, the new love, the many wishes from friends, and most significantly, their marriage companionship. Now that they were married, settled, and financially secure, they decided it was time to enjoy motherhood and start a family. After 2 years, they had their first kid in 1984. Kim and Chuck, like any new parents, were wary of every move. Kim had a set schedule, a set diet, and saw her gynecologist regularly. The baby Walker was almost 9 months old. 9 months of waiting paid off. They had a gorgeous baby boy. Chuck cried the first time he held his baby. It was a sentiment too difficult to express, he says. It was bliss. Brad Walker was the new family member's name. Brad's brother was soon planned. Kim and Chuck planned their second child after Brad turned 1. They were determined to complete their family, and a baby girl seemed to fit the bill. Despite their best efforts, tragedy struck. Kim lost her second baby son at birth. Before she and Chuck could enjoy their bliss, they were devastated. Nobody anticipated this to happen. Nothing could ease Kim's grief over the loss of her baby, but as they say, a dazzling star entered their lives. The loss of a baby was devastating. But it didn't stop the couple from wanting to expand their family. To assist Kim cope with the sorrow, Chuck decided to pursue adoption and bring home a sunshine. Someone who would complete their family and fill their lives with joy. But it wasn't easy. Kim was reluctant to consider adoption as a viable option. She preferred having a baby than adopting one. The couple tried for several months, but couldn't conceive. Surely destiny had other ideas. The couple waited nearly 16 years to adopt a kid. So they brought home someone who would permanently change their lives. Chuck and Kim adopted a baby girl in the year 2000. The youngster was only a few months old when given to this couple. Caitlin was Kim's adopted baby girl. She named her thus for a purpose. Caitlin is derived from the word Catherine, which means pure. Clearly, this girl restored the family's lost joy. That wasn't all. It was the start. Their happiness had returned towards the end of their. Besides Brad, Kim and Chuck had a daughter, Caitlin. They had everything they needed. Yes, something was still missing. Then, one night while eating, the couple sees a news story about a Chinese infant who thought a baby announcement would change their life. A Chinese newborn girl was discovered wrapped in a paper box near a train station. Despite being approximately 8,000 kilometers away, the story of this baby girl broke the Walkers' hearts. Where's humanity? They asked themselves, and then leave a baby like that was the couple's reaction predetermined what was to come. The couple knew that this abandoned newborn girl was the missing piece of their lives. In 2003, a rat baby in a paper box made headlines. They flew to China. Apparently God had another daughter in mind for us. But even they had no idea how important the clock was in the lives of the Chinese baby. After China's one-child policy was changed, many families adopted their firstborn girls. It was done in hopes of having a baby boy to add to their family. Sadly, due to this new law, many girls were abandoned in orphanages. Walkers saved this Chinese infant girl. Finding the Chinese newborn girl in China was difficult. The couple couldn't find the baby. The pair searched the web and news channels for her, but couldn't find her. She was first seen at a train station. They learned that the infant girl had been placed in an orphanage. What happened afterwards was sweet. After a long wait, the pair found the abandoned girl's home. They were beaming with joy the instant they saw her, baby-haired, with puffy eyes and cute cheeks. Kim's heart swelled with excitement and satisfaction as she lifted up the infant. Her life lacked satisfaction. So what? Walkers know their job. Kim and Chuck completed the required papers to adopt this abandoned baby daughter. Their family was complete. Now they flew back to Texas with the new family member to witness the unbelievable. Kenzie is Kim and Chuck's daughter. Kenzie adapted quickly to Texas living. Brad took her for walks and she played with Caitlin. She had a happy family life. Now Kenzie was raised like Brad and Caitlin. She was toying with the family's old clock when something odd happened. The family had an old grandfather clock. Every hour, the clock would play music. This clock odd, Kenzie. Kenzie would applaud joyfully when the clock sang. Then things took an intriguing turn. The girl grew up and sang along with the clock. She would mumble sentences and produce sounds unlike the clock. She made sure her voice complemented the clock's words. Her voice would match the clock's tone and tune cam, and Chuck initially ignored it. They were astounded to learn that this was a regular occurrence in their daughter's life. Kenzie not only found a new home, but also her talent. The Walkers began to believe their youngest child was gifted with a beautiful voice. Kim said in an interview that when Kenzie heard the clock chime, she approached it, looked at it, reproduced the sound exactly. This unusual behavior of their daughter pushed them to make a choice that shaped Kenzie's life. The Walkers decided it was a good idea to support their daughter's latent gift in the near future. So when Kenzie became older, they got her a music instructor. The musician always gave Kenzie what she needed. Her singing now had a rhythm. Her life was just beginning. Kenzie's confidence soared. After taking music lessons, her fractured notes had become perfect tune. She would now sing to her visitors. Her parents also pushed her to sing at family events. Everyone who heard Kenzie sing had one question. Kenzie had a beautiful voice. Her voice soothed the soul in the ears. Nobody could comprehend a little girl's voice being owed to a decade-old grandfather clock. Is it even possible for a clock to accomplish this? What say you? Although this is a controversial topic, numerous studies show that listening to a poem, song, or beat repeatedly helps a newborn grasp and learn it faster. Continuous exposure to a sound can make a child hyper-aware of it. In the future, a baby's voice can literally affect a child's development. Kenzie's childhood interest made her famous. Now Kenzie can't remember when she started singing. She only knows that after receiving professional training, she began singing everywhere. Her popularity led to a lifelong opportunity. Kenzie used to take her folks to baseball games. She had no idea that the game she loved would one day make her a global celebrity. Kenzie was invited to sing in a baseball game that was amazing. Organizers asked Kenzie to perform the national anthem at a Houston Astros baseball game. It was a chance that would surely boost her singing career. Kim and Chuck adored their youngest kid and praised her for her talent. Though Kenzie was ecstatic, Kenzie later says that while she was nude singing, it was the first time performing in front of such a large crowd, and she was apprehensive for obvious reasons. Her heart was beating and she was shaking as she stepped onto the field after she finished singing. She knew she nailed it. It appeared like the start of a bright singing career for this girl. Kenzie was approached many times after her first appearance at the baseball game. She sang at several sporting events' opening ceremonies. During this moment, only spectacular things happened. Mark Carman, a Grammy-nominated producer, heard Kenzie sing. He was awestruck by her talent and voice. In exchange for a contract, she was to record her debut album. Kenzie couldn't believe all this was true. The Perfectionist musicians helped Kenzie make her debut album. Her first CD was titled Little Gifts. It was a significant boost in Kenzie's career. Her parents were awestruck by their daughter's early achievement. Kim recalls Kenzie jokingly stating, "I want to be a famous singer," and today she was living her fantasies. Her singing talent provided her a life she only imagined. It was hard for her to believe it was all genuine. Kenzie today is a singing sensation in her voice. She's recorded many songs, some of which are Heaven Come Down, King of True Love, Definitely You, Everybody Sing, and many more. The girl who was abandoned by her parents in a shoebox is now ruling the world with her sensational voice. Even though Kenzie tasted fame at an early age, she didn't let success rule her mind. She knows her roots and thus believes in lending a helping hand to others.